Hi, Grandma Debbie here. So, do you ever have a problem getting your kids to eat vegetables? I was very fortunate. I did not have that problem. My kids love vegetables from day one, I swear. Probably not, but you know what I mean. Once they started eating, I never had any problem. But I know that a lot of people do. My daughter didn't have any problems getting my grandkids to enjoy vegetables, but I still like to make vegetables creative because they get boring after a while. So today we're doing green beans with garlic. And I mean, I absolutely love garlic. I don't know why I do, but I do. And I love green beans. So we're going to get started on that. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so I rinsed my green beans. And so now all we're going to do, you can either do it one or two ways. I'm just going to use a knife and I'm going to cut off, I don't know where that came from, cut off the ends. It's up to you as to how you want to do it. And then we're going to parboil these. And I know it sounds weird that we're parboiling them, but that's what we're going to do because it brings out the flavor a little bit more. It's funny, I told my husband I only needed a small handful, and he grabbed all of these. That's okay because, you know, I like green beans. He likes green beans. We're good. When you blanch your vegetables, though, they do get really vibrant in color. Now, in this video, I'm not just going to do green beans. I'm also going to do carrots, but not tonight. So this is going to be a two-parter. And I'll be honest, the way I'm going to do my carrots, I had totally spaced that that was the way I used to do it for my kids until Thanksgiving. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do some roasted carrots. And when I did, one of my daughters was like, oh man, I remember when you used to do those all the time for us. I was like, I know, I used to cook them all the time that way. So that'll be, I'll probably do those tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to head over to the stove and we're going to get our water going. So we're going to boil the water. We're going to boil these in salty water for 2 minutes. So let's get going. Okay, so I've got my water over here on high heat to get it to boil. And then I seasoned it really well. Now you want to make for sure that you season your water really well when you're parboiling. If you're going to be cooking it right away. If you're not, don't do it. But we're going to be cooking it right away. So this is going to continue on to heat up and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so our water is boiling. So we're just going to add our green beans now into the boiling water. And you're only going to boil them for about 2 minutes. All right, so we're going to let these cook and then we'll drain them. Do you notice a little difference in the color of the green beans? Are getting a little more vibrant. Then after we're done here, when the 2 minute mark is up, then we're going to strain them, pour cold water over the top of them, and then we're going to cook them. Roast them in a skillet. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. So I'm going to drain these and rinse them off in cold water, and I'll be back. Okay, so we are now ready to get going on our sauteing part of the green beans. All right, so we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to add in 3 teaspoons, not tablespoons, of minced garlic. That looks good. I didn't measure it, guys, sorry. And when the garlic becomes flavorful or aromatic, where you can smell it, that's when you're going to add in your green beans. Aromatic is the word I'm actually looking for. All right, I'm going to add in the green beans. And we're going to toss to coat. Ooh, it smells so good. All right, these are looking really good. Let's see how hot they're getting. All right, I'm going to let them cook for a few more minutes just to get really hot. All right, looks like they are ready to go. All right, guys, we are now on to day 2 of the veggies that I was cooking. I made the green beans last night with garlic. Absolutely delicious. I enjoyed every bit of them. My husband took the rest of them to work today for lunch. So today we're doing roasted carrots. Now I use brown sugar and butter. Sometimes I add a little bit of cinnamon in my roasted carrots. And this is something that you can do in the microwave, or you can do it in the oven, or even in your air fryer if you want. It's totally completely up to you. You can use frozen carrots, or you can use fresh carrots. Once again, that's up to you, however you want to do it. Now, I used to make this recipe all the time for my kids, and then at some point I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, but a couple years back I made it for, I can't remember if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I made it. I'm telling you, they were all gone. There was nothing left at the end of the day. They were just all gone. Everybody loved them. And so I've been trying to remember to cook those a little more often. And so, because my family enjoys it, so why not? All right, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to bring you along. Let's get going. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to spray our casserole dish with a lot of cooking spray. Don't forget this, otherwise you're going to have a huge mess. Clean up. All right, so we did that. I am preheating my oven to 450 because I am making it in the oven. So I'm going to get my carrots now. And I'm using fresh carrots. And I'm going to start off by cutting off the ends. All right, and then I'm going to grate them, or shred them, not shred them. I'm going to peel them. I'll get my terminology right at some point. And you can leave the peels on if you want. It's completely up to you as to how you want to do it. I just prefer to take them off for this recipe. Other things I leave them on. But for this one, I always just take it off. But once again, it's up to you. You do it however you want to do it. Now, I had mentioned with the green bean part of this that I didn't really have any problem with my kids eating vegetables. I know that there are lots of families that struggle getting their kids to eat vegetables. I know there's a lot of adults that don't like to eat vegetables. We just never had a problem with that. And I don't know exactly how or why, but the only thing I can think of is that my husband and I both enjoy different foods. And we never made food a big issue with our kids. We were allowed to eat pretty much whatever they really truly wanted. The only thing that they had to do was they had to at least try it and take 3 bites. And if they really truly did not like something at that point, then we didn't force it anymore. So our kids grew to just pretty much eat anything. All right, so now we're just going to chop these up. You can chop them up into whatever size you want. It's, once again, up to you. You can also use a mandolin if you want. Got that done. All right. That's what they look like so far. All right. So I'm going to add in some brown sugar, and I'm just eyeballing it, so you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. Completely up to you. And you don't have to use brown sugar. You can also just use cinnamon. I just like the flavor of the brown sugar. All right, so I got that done. I'll wash my hands real quick. Okay, now I'm just going to add a little bit of butter. All right, this is what it looks like. I'm going to cook it for, you want to cook it for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to cook it for a half hour, then I'm going to turn it and stir everything up. All right, so I'll bring you back in a half hour. Okay, so I got them out of the oven, and they've caramelized really nice, as you can tell. They smell wonderful. And they're extremely soft, so they're ready to eat. I just need to let them cool for a moment because otherwise I'm going to burn my mouth. So, but here's what they look like. They're nice and soft. They're very soft. So, and they smell good. I actually ended up only cooking them for 45 minutes. So keep that in mind when you're doing this, if you do it. All right, so it smells good. So I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this adventure, making 2 different types of vegetables using totally different ingredients, one savory and one sweet. So they're just, to me, it's a way to get your kids to eat some vegetables, or your grown-ups to eat some vegetables. It just depends on who doesn't like them. I will eat plain vegetables. It doesn't matter to me. I like them no matter what. My husband also the same way. He doesn't care if they're all dressed up or whatever. But we know some people that are picky eaters, and they like it to be dressed up a little bit. So we do what we can. All right. So once again, thanks for coming along with me. I hope that you're having an amazing day. Everything's going great. Hit that like, hit the share, and hit the subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.